YouTube channel. Today I'm talking about Newton's first law of motions. Newton's first law of motions is an integral and mass state of motions, balanced and unbalanced force. In a previous chapters of study, the variety of way by which motions can be described are world graphs, diagrams, numbers, etc. was discussed in the Newton's first law of motion in the way in which motions can be explained will be discussed. Isaac Newton's 17th century scientist put forth a variety of laws that explain why objects move or don't move, and they do. There's three laws has become now Newton's three law of motions, the focus of lesson one's first law of motions, sometimes refers to as the law of materials. Newton's first law of motion often states as an object at rest stay and rest and object the motion stay in the motion with the same speed and the directions unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Two clauses and conditions. There are two clause parts to the state. One that predicates and the behavior of stationary object, and the other predicts the behaviors of moving objects. The second part of some in the following diagrams. The behavior of all the objects can be described to saying that objects tend to keep doing what they are doing unless acted upon by an unbalanced force to a reset. If a reset, they will continue in the same state of reset. If in the motions is words velocity 5 millimeters, they will continue in the same state of motions. The state of motions of an object in the maintenance of an object is not acting upon by an unbalanced force. All objects resist change in the state of motions, tend to keep one doing what they are doing. There is an important condition that must be met into the other. For the first law of motions to an given motion condition and descriptions by the Pharisees, unless acted upon by the unbalanced force, as the long as the force are not unbalanced. There is as long as balanced force are balanced. The first law of motion applies concept of a balanced velocity. Unbalanced force will be focused in the more details later in the lesson 1. Suppose that you fill baking dish in the rim of the water and walk around the oval track and attempt to complete a lap in the least amount of time. The water would have a tendency to spill from the containers during specific locations on the track. The general in the water split when the container was rest as you attempt to move it. The container was in motion, you attempt to stop it. The container was moving on a direction to attempt to the change directions. The water spill whenever the state of motion to container is changed. The water resist is the change in its own state of motions. The water tended to keep on doing what it was doing. The container was moved from rest to the highly speed to starting line. The water remained to at rest and spill on the table. The container was stopped. Near the finish line, the water kept moving on split over containers leading edge. The container was forced to move into different descriptions to make a round to survive. The water kept moving in the same direction to spill over the edge. The behavior of water during the lap around the track can be explained in Newton's first law of motion. Everyday applications of Newton's first law of motion. There are many applications of Newton's first law of motion. Consider some of your experience is an automobiles. Have you ever observed the behavior of coffee in the coffee cup? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.